Howdy folks, it's a Tall Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and it's nighttime and then in the runway, and you know what that means. Back-to-back flights towards the Jack of all planes achievement. And once we are done with that achievement, which won't be too long, we will go back to our regular full immersion startup process with checklists and everything, and I'll look at that moon above that tree. And once we catch up with the nighttime achievement, we will mix up night flights and day flights, right? Instead of only night flights. So hopefully enjoying the flights as we go, even though they're at night and we're not doing checklist stuff, but they're still fun anyway. Clear skies again, so we can enjoy that nighttime sky. And we're in the Bonanza. We're going to autopilot. We are in North Dakota. We're going to do our 300 miles across North Dakota from west to east. The exact locations and airports are in the description below. However, I do know we are going to land at Fargo. I picked a big airport this time. If you remember last time, and if you could read into my mind the flights I've been doing off camera, we've been picking airports that are not lit up at night. And it's become very difficult. And we had kind of an unusual landing previously, but this one should go much better since it's Fargo. It's going to be lit up for sure. And that's it. I was going to start at a ranch here, but it was only 299 miles, not 300, and it was dark. So here we are, wherever we are. Can't remember where it is. We will put this away, though, and hop inside, and it'll tell us the code, Kilo Golf Delta Victor, whatever that stands for, and we're going to go to Fargo. So I messed with some lighting in here, and we have panel lighting, which is great. Or floodlighting, I mean. Panel lighting is this one. Oh, now it's working. Well, that's my flashlight. There we go. Can't even see now. Whoops. The floodlights work, which is great. But when you turn them off, you don't get like the nice ambient lighting that other aircraft have. So this is hard on my eyes. The contrast of really light to pitch black is hurting my eyes. So I like to have, some under panel lighting and stuff, which we don't have on this one. I did turn down some of these things like that. I was able to turn that down. Whoa, calm down. I was able to turn that down, and I was able to turn down some other ones too, which you can't tell from this far away. But anyway, I was able. There we go. That one. See the analog gauges. It's got me in the right spots. The other brighter, now darker. Oh my gosh. I was able to turn that one down as well. So that was helpful. Not as helpful as having under panel lighting, but that's okay. I was able to get lighting down here. Anyway, we don't do a whole lot of lighting because we don't fly at night that much, but because of the achievement we are. So let's get into our flying position. Flaps are down. Anything else to talk about? I don't think so. I told you everything we need to know. Alright, parking brake is off, or maybe it's on. I can't remember if they start with off or on. They start with it on. So there we go. Parking brake is off. Let's see here. Whoa. That's let's get going. I just reset my controls while we're rolling. Alrighty, ATC already cleared us, of course. And ups the daisy. Holy cow, what is going on? Does this have gear? It does have gear. And flaps. Gear and flaps. Why is it acting so strange? Crazy. Anyway, we will use autopilot, but let's hand fly a little bit out of here. And let's head to the right so we follow the purple line on our HSI down there. Alright, can I do this without tipping over and crashing? Where's altitude on here? Nope. Not that much. See, that's not working. I don't know the aircraft. Alright, let's turn more safely here and gain altitude. Gain altitude, 30-degree turn. There's 10 degrees. Come on. Altitude, we're going to do, let's do 9,000 on this one. Well, let's do 10,000 on this one. And flight director, autopilot, nav, and altitude, let's do, is there IS on this? No, let's do vertical speed, nose up. I don't know what optimum climb is for this. I don't know the aircraft very well. Start with 600 feet per minute. We'll adjust this accordingly, or adjust to bring this down. In fact, we're still climbing, so let's go up higher. There's no IS hold on here, is there? I'm looking, I don't see it. If it's in front of me, I missed it. Sometimes I'll catch things in editing and kick myself that I missed it in real time, but nope. Alrighty, we're gonna climb and let this thing get us to our altitude and back on our way here. Alright, that was an awkward handoff. I was frantically adjusting my nose up and nose down because it shot down to stall, even though it's only at 300 feet per minute, and now it's fine at 400, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. I'll keep an eye on that. We're totally under control, I promise. I just had to edit out a chunk of video and I freaked out a little bit. I don't know the aircraft that well. I love this aircraft, I just don't know it very well. So I need to get used to it. You know, every aircraft is different, and with 30 aircraft, almost different aircraft every time, it's really difficult to really get good at them. But we'll get there eventually, right? If we were experts in the first go, it would get boring. All right, let's zoom this out. We have a long ways to go here. What does it say even? It says 312 nautical miles because we start like 346 or something. 120 would be 2 hours. 156 would be 2.5 hours or so, but it's coming down very quickly, or it will, once we reach 10 grand and level out. Maybe we don't need to do 10 grand. Maybe we can do 9 grand. How about that? And then we'll speed up eventually, and it will not be that long. So what do we need to do? Nothing. I already talked about the lighting. Now I can't find any ambient lighting, but it'll be okay. We do have dome lighting in the back, I think. I was messing with that earlier. That's kind of cool for everybody if they want to play a card game or something, I guess. Once we're in the air, they can. Otherwise, that's it for lighting. I already talked about the dash lighting. So let's see. We're in the air. We got a long ways to go. We're full of fuel. It's autopilot all the way. And then after this, we only have one more autopilot aircraft, and the rest are all going to be hand-flown 300 miles. Holy cow. So let's enjoy the autopilot while we can. That's it. No story time. Last video, I had a whole bunch of story time. Well, do I have any stories about North Dakota? I've been to Fargo once. People think Fargo is in Minnesota, but it's not. They don't really have the northern accent. You have to get way up north for that, like within 50 miles of the Canadian border, 80 miles within the Canadian border, in order to get that strong Fargo accent. Sometimes they try to fake a Fargo accent, but people, it's not convincing. People can't really tell I'm from Minnesota. Sometimes my Minnesota will slip out, but a lot of times it doesn't, and that's okay. Anything else? No. You can drive fast in North Dakota. I think the speed limit is up to 80 now. Maybe that's South Dakota. I don't remember. You can drive fast. You can drive for hours without seeing another person, even on the highway. The towns are spread out. What else? It's like being in a different country compared to the urban areas like Minneapolis. It gets cool. See, now we're stalling because of the nose down thing, nose up thing. See, we're stalling at 500 feet per minute. I really got to figure out what's optimum in this. I mean, I'm firewalled and everything. Are we going to get? What? Are we going to get to 9,000 feet? I'm really confused. I would imagine the service ceiling is somewhere between 12 and 14,000. I'll put it on the bottom of the screen for you. I don't know. I guess I'll look up the optimum climb rate and put that on the bottom of the screen right now as well. So there are your numbers. I don't have them as I record though. What else can I say to keep us entertained for 2 hours, 3 hours now? No, that'll come down. Not much. If I keep talking, I'm just making crap up. Will we see a sunrise? No, because I think it's local time 3 a.m. See? I forgot to start the timer. Let's start the timer anyway, and it'll just be, no, I can't remember how to use this thing. Let's start the timer now. It'll be like 10 minutes behind, but who cares? It'll still tell us what we're doing. Alrighty, I am just rambling because I'm feeling chatty and I'm all by myself in the basement at bedtime. So I'm going to fly for a while, try to stay awake, give you some sightseeing. Let's do music again, because that's what we used to do in every video. Might as well. I'll see you when it's time to come down for Fargo. In whatever that says by the time it settles in. See you in a bit. have 20 minutes to go. 50.2 nautical miles. We're in this about 2 hours and 3 minutes. Remember, we're going to add 10 minutes to the timer because I didn't start it for a while. Look at my recording timer, take away my introduction, add 10 minutes to that. So 2 hours and 3 minutes we're at right now. And it's been interesting because we're using no fuel. And I checked, we do not have unlimited fuel turned on, so that's obviously a bug. And I had to do a lot with the mixture to get above 100 knots, which is normal, but RPMs didn't change. We don't have an EGT. We aren't in the aircraft to feel it. I just had to adjust mixture until we got our peak speed. Normally you don't do it that way. You use RPM if you're fixed or EGT if you're variable. We don't have variable, and RPM didn't move at all because it really wouldn't move that much. I think it moved up 1 from 26.29 to 26.30. So I used speed. It worked. It was fine. Okie dokie. I mainly jumped in to show you that Fargo is in view. And there is the highway, which I assume is the interstate. I should know that. There's a bridge down there too. Going into Fargo, coming out of Fargo, intersection with another major road. And I believe that was Jamestown, right there below us. And then before that was Bismarck. So I was trying to point out those in sightseeing. I don't know what I ended up keeping or not because of editing. All these red dots, people ask, what are all these red dots everywhere? These are your turbine farms. And the red dots are so airplanes don't hit them. It's just kind of aggressively lit in the simulator. But hey, we can point them out. Alrighty, so there we have Fargo up ahead of us. Let's hop inside. Whoops, wrong key. There we go. Hop inside. And we're going to start coming down. Let's see. Let's say the airport's about 1,100 feet off the ground. Above the sea level. I don't know exactly. I should know. I used to fly into Fargo all the time in an X-plane, but I don't remember because I had our nav approaches, GPS approaches do it for us. So let's say it's 1,000. Okay. So we have to come down 8,000. We'll come down to 500 feet per minute. So 8 times 2 is 16. So we're going to come out about 16 minutes out, maybe 14 because we'll increase speed as we come down. So 14 minutes out. So 3 minutes we'll start coming down. Quite simple, very straightforward. It's been a very nice flight actually. I just kind of sit here checking out the Flight Sim Discord. I'm very active on the official. I made sure it was the official one, the official Flight Sim Discord. And but I don't have time for the forums yet. With X-Plane, I was really active on the forums. With this simulator, I'm very active on the Discord. I just don't have time to do the forums for the simulator right now. So that's what I've been doing. We have to remember to put gear down because this does have gear. And we have to remember to put the flaps down when it's time. Otherwise, we're going to reach top of descent in about 2 minutes. Alright, close enough. So let's get our altitude down. Let's do 2,000. We'll be hand flying by then. And let's start coming down at 500 feet per minute. Where is it on this one? Vertical speed 5 and 2 zeros feet per minute. And we'll just keep an eye on our speed. Our speed will speed up, of course, which means our time will come down quickly. Otherwise, what's next? Flaps, gear, and once you get closer, there's Fargo up ahead. And pretty straightforward so far. Alright, after going through this list like 5 times, Fargo finally popped in, so let's tune it in because we're only 28 miles away. Weather's nothing to worry about because weather's off because I wanted clear skies, so let's skip the ATIS and let's request a full stop landing.
Fargo Tower,
let's see what it has to tell us here.
4105 is 28 miles west with Kilo to land. Turtle Soup Tango Sierra 4105 Fargo Tower. Make left downwind runway 27. Altimeter 29.
Alright, so that is 270 degrees, which is facing west, so exactly opposite what we're facing. So when we get to the vicinity, we're going to do left downwind, so we're actually going to veer to the right to turn left to make the downwind, left to make the base, left to make the final. So that's what we'll do. So once we have the airport in sight, we'll start making our left traffic pattern and not run into departing traffic. AI traffic is always turned on, by the way, but I have multiplayer turned off because this sim is getting so popular and so many people want to play online that we'll be getting like a bazillion frames per second. and then all of a sudden everybody loads in and we get 5 frames per second. Now you can soften that up by making plane model types generic, or don't use liveries, and or turn off completely, and or fly in less exciting areas. But I guarantee you there's a bunch of people in Fargo. They're out. The Midwest is super popular for flight sim, I guess, probably because there's not much else for us to do. Maybe. Don't know. Alrighty, let's get closer here. The airport. Do we see it? Yeah, we see it right in front of us. We see some flashing lights, but we're not going there. We're going to view to the right over the city and then left. Traffic pattern to runway 27. Do not have an instrument approach. I'm doing all this VFR. That being said, there is an IFR treatment we will chase soon, and we'll do a lot of IFR stuff, even short little IFR trips. That's going to be super fun. I don't do that very often. I'm looking forward to it. All right, a couple more minutes of sightseeing. Well, a couple more minutes for me, just a couple seconds of sightseeing for you one more time, and then we'll come in and land a plane. Alright, that's runway 9, so we're starting to get in the way of traffic, so let's use heading bug here. Can I push it in? There we go. Use heading bug to divert us around a little bit. Heading, there you go. And then once we start hand flying, we'll set heading bug to 27 so that we know where our runway is, although it's pretty obvious to spot it. So let's just head down, not quite to the interstate and not quite to the city, but just out of the way. And then we'll be doing our left traffic pattern and be looking for, or listening for, our clearance to land any moment here. Anything else we need to do? Nope, just keep an eye on what we're doing, and things shouldn't get too difficult. So let's do 90 degrees now, and then we'll know we are, we are parallel to our runway. Just off to the side a little bit. That should be good for an airplane this small. And we'll have a look at the city here once we get closer. I don't know where the mall is or anything. Fargo is known for its enormous mall. Okay, enough of that stuff. Let's see, there's going to be the short runway coming at us. So we're looking down parallel to runway 9. And we're going to cross runway 1836. And anything else I need to say or do? Nope, we're very close to Minnesota border. I don't know if I can make it out here, but basically there's a river that goes between the states, and Minnesota's on the far side, and Fargo, North Dakota is where we are right now. I know, yeah, people complain about the lights, the street lights being too high, and they are. Of course, street lights are really be there, but they do look like they're 300 feet above the ground. I won't argue. Some of the light lighting is amazing, some of it's terrible, I guess. Cleared to land. Alrighty. Thank you. But we're not ready to make our base yet. Not quite ready to make our base, because we're kind of high. We're not terribly high though, but let's go autopilot here. And let's start to get there. Let's get the gear down. Make sure it's forward again already. I did that a while ago as we were coming down. And let's set our heading bug. Can I do this while I turn? I don't think I can. I don't think I can do this. Oh, can we go all the way to 270? Close. Oh, no, shoot. Come on, so close. Pretty good like that. So this will be our base, like that. And we'll look. And there it is. And we'll come down, I guess. Props forward, throttles back, gear is down, confirm, Actually, throttle all the way back because we don't even have flaps out. I was so busy looking around. Kind of messed a few things up here, but we will regain our composure. And there we go. Overshot it just a little for a set of flaps. I don't know how many flaps we have. I assume at least 2. And let's just let it come down. There we go. And we'll do a second set of flaps now. And we're going to be facing 270, and the wind is 266, I believe. Which means 267 now. Which means slight crosswind from the left. I don't know if that was 2 or 3 flaps, but whoa. The heck? What? I have no control of my airplane. The freaking A was that? I had no control. It just like stopped. I know people have been having issues with freezing. Actually, we'll talk about that when we get the ground. Actually, I think I can talk about it right now if I gain my composure here. People were saying that their glass cockpits were freezing. I noticed in another plane that I had, oh my gosh, I have no control again. That my analog gauges were freezing in another plane, and now my yoke just froze. Some people have complained about freezing yoke, and we just experienced that. And we're going to tease that stall horn. I don't mean to tease it so early, but I barely have control of this plane. What was that? Slight crosswind land. I have the control of this thing. What? Well, I finally landed right of the center. That never happens. What was that? The heck? Oh my goodness. Okay, well we're going to use that taxi line. Okay, there's our taxi line. That was weird. And there's our real life traffic. There's a real life traffic talking.
Cleared our nav runway 27 approach. Altimeter 29.902, wind 267 at 3. Turtle Soup Tango Sierra 4105 contact ground on 121.9er.
Alrighty, contact ground.
Going to 121.9er Turtle Soup Tango Sierra 41.
Taxi to parking.
Fargo ground.
And again, I'm only using the taxi ribbon just because we have to make it count for the achievement. Otherwise, we would just park wherever we want based on our immersion and not use this nasty taxi ribbon. I admit it is kind of nice having the taxi ribbon telling you where to go to get parking in the official parking spot, to get credit for the airport and the landing and everything. I just wish them weren't so hideous. I wish they would change the taxi ribbon. Like if you could adjust the opacity or something, that would be amazing. The color isn't that bad. It's just so solid, right? If you could adjust the opacity, that'd be awesome. And if you could get rid of this, not the menu, you need the menu, but if you could get rid of that arrow and line up there, because you know it's up there, right? Once you know it's there, if you could turn it off, that'd be great. I know there's a mod for that, but I don't want to run any mods. I don't even run the livery pack. It screws up all those mods. Everything is screwing everything up right now. Someday, I'm sure the simulator will be just fine with mods and ads on. But right now, it works great without that stuff. I don't want to mess with it. But I do wish those two things would change. And this person's going to wait for us. Oh no, that's the Secret Service again. There's always Secret Service. There's always Secret Service everywhere we go. Am I moving important people around and don't even know it, or what? Alright, here we go. And we're not going to do the full shutdown or checklist or anything just because we're going to let it give us credit. And then we don't want to keep going because then it'll erase it and there'll be zeros in the logbook. So, come on. Let's go. I can't see my dude. Maybe there's no dude. There they are. We're saying come straight. And they're saying straight. And slowly, I'm trying to be slow. And stop. We will. Set the park and brake. Come down here and turn on our floodlights. Come back here. We can turn on their lights. I really need to reset that preset so that it shows the light switch right there. Yeah, what's it like normally? I shouldn't worry about this right now. No, I like that preset better. Alright, props back, mixture cut off, and see, normally we would go through all this. Oh, whoa, okay, it's going to counter right now. Yay, we hit our 100 hours. I didn't see the pop-up, but that means we hit it. Let's check our achievement, make sure everything counted. All right, 102 hours. Let's come down here. We should be at... Uh-oh. It didn't count. What? Why didn't that count? It should be at 65 now. You saw it in the logbook. Did we at least get the 100-hour one? Century Club. 100 hours of flight time in a single pilot profile. 94%. But we have 102 hours. Well, that's a big stinker. Oh well, it was an amazing flight though, except that weird thing at the end where it nosedived and I had no control. But other than that, it was a great flight. I really enjoyed flying in the middle of nowhere. Hopefully you enjoyed it too. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and flight suggestions to play the YouTube algorithm game. And I guess we're going to fly this one again next time. I'll see you then.